spine. Shrieking skull will shock your soul and seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek.
Hi, welcome back to Deja Vu, your favorite radio of all time. As always, we are having our incredible spooky stories and unsolved mysteries. Our wonderful broadcasters to entertain you afternoon. Here they are, Guadavique.
Hi everyone.
And Mora Rossi.
Happy to be here as always, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so our first story is from Sarah and it says, been waiting for this one. So this takes place when I was 4 till age of 5 before I started kindergarten. I couldn't read at the time and that's important for later. I have distinct memories of being visited by a woman named Mary. She was an elderly woman whose facial features I can make out because, well, I never actually saw her. She would visit me on a regular basis while I was 4. One day she said, "This is my last time coming to see you because soon you will be 5 years old and I won't be able to come here anymore." I was sad, but I remember being completely understanding of the situation and said my goodbyes to her. Like any kid, I will tell my parents of Mary coming to see me and they wrote it off as my imaginary friend and being a kid with a big imagination, which is understandable, of course. So I turned 5 years old and my granddad passed soon after. My parents and siblings tried to see his grave sometime later, and on the way back to the car I stopped and pointed to a picture of a woman on the gravestone and said, "Mom, Dad, it's Mary, look." Even though I never saw her face, I knew that it was her on that tombstone. And the tombstone read Mary, and my parents and I still get chills when the story is brought up. It's weird and I don't know how to explain it. Wow, what did I just read?
I don't really know what to say.
Yeah, me neither. I just have tons of questions, especially about the last part. Do any of you think that Mary being in the same cemetery as Sarah's grandfather means something?
I'm trying to find an answer, but I'm really confused about this.
Yes, like this whole story feels weird. Not that I don't believe in it, but it's confusing. Why did Mary stop visiting her when she turned 5?
I guess that's why it is on the segment of mysteries, don't you think so?
I mean, yes, sure, but still there has to be some type of explanation for this.
I've heard plenty of stories that people tell about someone visiting them up until a certain age, so I believe this one can be real.
Oh, yeah, now that I think about it, I've also heard about them. Interesting how the protagonists are always kids.
Maybe it's because they have better imagination.
Or maybe these paranormal beings get in contact with them because, kids have less prejudices and fears about these type of things.
I think that you just made a really good explanation. Wow, you really shut me down.
Yeah, but that knowledge is just thanks to my obsession for these kind of stories. And also the important part of all of this is that Mary still remains a mystery, and that's what makes her perfect for this segment.
Picture this. It's 5 p.m., it's raining outside, and after a long day, you just want to have a charming merienda. Churros El Topo can help with that. We have churros stuffed with dulce de leche, churros stuffed with Nutella, churros dipped in any chocolate you want, and more. You just order via Rappi any kind of churro you want, and it be at your door in less than 20 minutes. Just in time to fix a chocolate milk and enjoy in bed.
Well, here's another story. I got 3 children with pretty unique names. No underheard, but not common. My oldest son, Raylan, was 9 at the time and sitting on the couch. My cell phone rang, which was weird because it was only used for emergencies, as I use my house phone more often being a stay-at-home mom. I answered, even thought I didn't recognize the number. Here is how the convo goes. "Hello?" the teen boy answered. "Hey, Mom. Who is this?" I was looking in the living room to see all three my kids hanging out on the couch. Mom, it's me, Rylan. Rylan who? Now I'm frantically looking at my son who is very confused. Mom, stop playing. Phone sounds like it goes uncovering the mouthpiece, and I can hear another voice say, "No, it's no time yet." "Oh, I'm sorry, wrong number," the teen boy said. Whether I was pranked or my kid from the future, I'll never know. I do know I had to hold onto the wall so I didn't pass out. After I tried to call back, about 2 minutes later, it said the number was disconnected. Super freaky.
Wow, how scary to think about the future, right?
Not even in a simple future, a future with children.
I was shocked after hearing this story. The most shocking thing must be hearing the voice in the background saying, "It's no time yet."
Oh my god! Her children were sitting playing in the living room while another of her children was talking to her?
Not only just that, I mean, he also called her mom.
How confusing. The thing of the name Rylan, her son was in front of her, while another child called her saying mom, and that his name was Rylan too. Oh my god. Amazing.
Also, the phone number disappeared after the call, and I think that's the most thrilling thing.
Very interesting. The element of the future is something that always generates intrigue and fear, and even more if it is from such a chilling call.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, so scary.
Tired after a long day of work but still want to eat a delicious dinner? Well, now Subway has a solution. Dupla Pizza. Perfectly designed to delight every person you have to feed. After 8 p.m., Subway will be serving a dinner special, which includes a 15-inch subs with pepperoni, filet sauce, and cheese, vegetables, and dressing of your choice, plus a 500 milliliters drink, all for just $670. And last but not least, our last anecdote, and it goes like this. When he was 3, my husband decided to treat our son to a flight over our city in Cessna. When it was time to get on the plane, our boy climbed into the pilot's seat and was extremely upset when he was told he had to move. He began crying and saying he was sorry. He didn't mean to crash that plane last time, and he said he'd be good this time. My husband managed to calm him by pointing out that his legs were too short for his feet to reach the pedals. Once he got settled in the back seat, he started fusing about not being able to use the radio, so the pilot got him a headset, just didn't plug it in all the way. Our son then started trying to raise the tower so he could check his radio and get clearance. At that point, the pilot needed to take a break. He went for a smoke while my husband talked to our son, who told him that he crashed the last plane he flew and a lot of people died. When the pilot got back, they were able to do the flight with no further issues. About a year later, we went to an aeronautics museum when an old mosquito was being restored. Our son told the curator that he used to fly one of those, so he offered us a tour of the plane. When we got in, our son pointed out several things that were wrong with the plane, which turned out to be correct. Things like the joystick being the wrong sort of, and etc.
Oh my god. I think my mind just exploded.
I know, right? Another story with children. You know that kids and also dogs are more dedicated with paranormal activities?
Yes, like people say they can see things that most adults can't.
Exactly.
It seems like he kinda got possessed by a pilot.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, and also the fact that he didn't remember later. That's terrific.
I would be so scared if I was his mother.
Same. I mean, I just wouldn't understand what's happening. How could the parents be so calm?
I don't know, maybe it happened more times.
Maybe. We'll see if there's another story from the same person.
Yeah, we can see that. But on another day, because the time is over and we have to say goodbye to our listeners. We have an incredible time as always, so thank you for listening. We'll hear each other again tomorrow. Bye!
Calling all the monsters.